Young Turks. And remember, this is only 5 shows left here on television, but don't worry, you get a whole 2-hour show online at theyoungturks.com every single day. Now, fascinating drama in the media world. Fox News, is Sean Hannity gone? Well, here's the more shocking part of it. Drudge Report actually had a news break. When's the last time Drudge broke a story that was true? So we'll see if this one's true. It turns out he is reporting that Megyn Kelly, who we knew was going to move up to primetime, might be taking the 9 o'clock slot of Sean Hannity. So now that's shocking to everybody because Sean Hannity seemed like such a stable part of the Fox News primetime lineup. And everybody couldn't figure out where Megyn Kelly was going to go because they said she's going to go into primetime. Everybody assumed it was 10 o'clock Greta Van Susteren's show, but Van Susteren said, I got a contract and I have to be in prime time. So now Sean Hannity also has a contract that runs through the 2016 elections. Now, Roger Ailes came out after the story broke and said, no, Sean is definitely going to be staying with the network. Uh-oh, drums. That means they're moving him, okay? One other part of the musical chairs here is Shep Smith. Roger Ailes also, he now has 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and Roger Ailes is saying, well, with Shep, we want to do a different kind of news program with him, meaning he's going to get moved. He's the liberal, right? Kind of. He's as liberal as it gets on Fox News, so it's possible they move him down and shuffle everybody around like this. Noah, you're the conservative. I don't know if that means you watch Fox News. If you do, I'm sorry about that.
We've got multiple TVs in the office. I watch them all.
Okay, you watch them all. So what's your takeaway here? And does it mean anything about Sean Hannity if he's being moved out of a primetime slot?
I actually have to give some credit to my colleague Andrew Carell, who around the office kind of just was speculating and kind of saw something like this happening, which nobody else really saw. Sean's numbers have been good, and Greta's numbers have been okay, getting better. But yeah, they're going to move Kelly into 9 p.m. and it's just all speculation. Fox News runs a really tight ship. We don't know anything. I don't know anything beyond speculation. Make that perfectly clear. But 7 p.m. is a primetime hour. You can give 7 p.m. to primetime hosts and keep all your lineup safe and just move Shep down into the afternoons if you wanted to do that. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're getting rid of Hannity in the primetime lineup, although they could. I don't know anything for certain, but they could just move some talent around and have a 4-hour primetime block.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're either going to move Hannity to 7 o'clock or they're going to move him to 10 o'clock and move Greta Van Susteren to 7 o'clock. Anyway, so where they go in the lineup is not that relevant to all of us. The only thing that's relevant and interesting, other than the fun drama aspect of this, is whether Hannity is losing his power, right? Because now connect this to the Rush Limbaugh story on the radio. If you remember, it wasn't just Rush Limbaugh who was being kicked off the second most powerful radio network. It was also Sean Hannity. That was the news reports. That hasn't been confirmed yet, right? But if he's getting kicked off the radio and he's getting moved down on Fox News, maybe that's Fox News saying in a way, because Hannity's known for being a Republican Party operative, right? Well, it's kind of a funny thing because the whole station is Republican Party operatives. But they have different characters, and Hannity is most associated with Republican Party talking points. Maybe they're thinking, let's de-emphasize that and go in a different conservative direction.
Yeah.
Well,
I would like it to be Fox and Friends and Hannity. I think that would be an awesome move for them to make. I don't think he deserves to stay in prime time. I think the reason that both he's losing some of his spots on his outlets on the radio and also he's to some extent being shuffled around and probably demoted on Fox is he might have good numbers. I'm sure it's fine, although it's probably dropping a little bit since I have to imagine on any given week 1 to 3% of his audience dies of old age. But he has there's no higher ceiling for him. You either watch his show because you find his smarmy, sort of overly antagonistic, anti-minority outlook to be appealing, or that's pretty much it. Megyn Kelly, she said some horrendous things, but people seem to quickly forget because she's got a pretty face, I suppose, and she has this aura of being a moderate, I suppose, in comparison.
Every once in a while, she'll come out with something from a liberal perspective, and you're like, what? And usually it's when Republican men or conservative men are attacking women, and then all of a sudden she'll come out and she'll defend women, she'll defend, certain things, not necessarily reproductive rights, but let's say some Republican man says, like women who are in favor of reproductive rights are loose or whatever it is. She'll come out and she'll debate that person. She'll be really strong about it. So I think that's why she has that you know, that moderate label in some sense.
I mean, the moderate, of course, is very, very...
Yeah, for
you know.
moderate
She has said some
Fox
horrendous
News.
things before.
Yes.
Of course she has. I know. It's Fox News. You have to say horrendous things.
Yeah, it's all within the
I don't know
context.
if you guys really. I don't know if you guys do a lot of watching of this channel, because if Sean Hannity is a known for Republican talking points, then you would think he would be supporting Republican leadership. I certainly haven't seen a whole lot of that. He's more of an insurgent type, and everybody else, they certainly have a point of view, but I don't see them doing a lot of parroting of talking points like you say that they're doing, and certainly nothing anti-minority. That's just blogosphere talk.
All right, no, first of all, Bill O'Reilly's main segment is called Talking Points Memo. Okay, and look, it might go both ways.
So then you think he'd be talking about TPM?
No, but it might go both ways, meaning that, yes, Republican talking points get onto Fox News. There's nothing you can say that wouldn't convince me. Otherwise, unfortunately, I've done hundreds of clips about Fox News throughout the years, so we watch in that sense. But they might also take O'Reilly and Fox News talking points and use it for the Republican Party. But they're deeply, deeply connected. I mean, and whenever they challenge him from the right. But look, Hannity, to me, the defining moment was right after the election when Hannity immediately said, all right, I switched my mind on immigration. To me, that meant, oh, conservative, whatever, I don't care, right? The Republican Party lost because of the Latino vote, so hence I will support whatever is good for the Republican Party and totally ignore whatever ideology I claim to have just 2 days ago. That's why, among the many reasons why I say he's the main Republican talking point guy. You don't see that?
Well, I don't know why you don't think that I don't know why you wouldn't think he wouldn't come to that naturally, because the cost-benefit analysis is we can't win unless we expand the demo, and expanding the demo makes us able to promote economic policies.
But that's not
you can come to that logically on your own.
No, but that's not.
Of course, that's principle.
No.
Of course, that's principle. You want to win.
That's political calculation, and if you're a politician, it makes perfect sense. But if you're a talk show host who's paid to give your ideas, because of political calculation, he changed his core idea on immigration? That makes no sense at all.
Because
he's a Republican operative, Noah. Come on! Look, and I'm saying Bill O'Reilly not as much, right? That he is an independent thinker. It's very conservative. Yes, he agrees with the Republicans 90% of the time. But he doesn't just do their talking points. He actually has a mind. Whereas Hannity's a robot.
I think Sean Hannity wants Republican politicians to win a lot more than Bill O'Reilly does. I think Bill O'Reilly can take him or leave him.
No,
Sean Hannity wants Republicans to win. So do I.
All right, okay, then we agree.
And I adjust accordingly.
Okay, all right, well, okay.
When circumstances say I can't support, no immigration reform in order to get lower taxes, I would adjust that opinion. You can come to that naturally.
But adjusting opinion is not being principled. If you truly believe in something, then you would continue believing that in your show. But if you change what you believe in just because you want to better your party and increase the chance that your party will be elected, that's not being principled.
Yeah, I got to go to Sanjay Gupta.
That's a good point.
And I don't care if the Democrats have a better chance of winning if it turns out I now believe that drone strikes are awesome on civilians. I'm not going to change my opinion on that.